Welcome back to part 3 in our series of LiveTime and MultiGP, how to run an FPV event, Ultimate Setup Guide. This will show you how to get the race results after you've ran an event. So this is the final race of the day. What you'll want to do, click on Events, go to Race Results, and then this View Final Standings. This will generate a report of where everybody ranked for the day, whether they made it into mains or where they qualified. It'll give everybody a ranking so they can see exactly where they fit in amongst everybody else that was racing. So this is the kind of one big report that you want to share after the race. The next one that might be useful is view round type top times. So this will show you, you can pick fastest lap, top 3, or laps in time for qualifying or practice. This will show you what the top fastest lap was, for example, for that day. I like to double check these just to make sure that the laps are legit. So if you see something that looks out of place, note what round it is. Go up here to the data tab, go to the race editor, and let's say Q2, Tropical Onion, 32.9 and 24.3. Didn't look like there were any missed or mistriggered laps here. Let's see if we can find one that had maybe some messed up laps. Everything's looking good. A lot of times you'll see red here. This was a whole shot. A lot of times you'll see red if they're double triggering. If they're overpowered, you'll see red laps, and that could be potentially why they are mistriggered. It could also be if they circled the start gate or something. You would see some red laps here, and that basically indicates you might need to go back in DVR to make sure that they were doing everything correctly and make sure that their lap times are accurate. And then if you do find a discrepancy and you want to change it, just go here, see this fastest column, and then you can edit, change that number there. Not sure what I just did, but did not look good. Anyway, after you do that, that's pretty much all the reports that I would get out of this. During the day, I like to do this view fastest single round. It'll change depending on what format you're running for qualifying, but you can see the leaderboard throughout the day on where everybody stands. I prefer to just give people our happyquads.live FPV link. Whenever you created your LiveTime account, you should have created this subdomain username here, and what it'll do is just share that to people. They could go to the event while it's happening. As long as you're connected and you have this green cloud icon, it'll automatically share results to the Live FPV website. And you can go here, for example, and see your heats. You can also see what the overall results and rankings for qualifying is. So this is a good tool for people to see, as the day progresses, like a real-time kind of leaderboard that they could have on their phone without having to bother you for your fastest lap times and where they're standing and all that. So that's just another good tool to be aware of. And as far as getting things back onto MultiGP, if you have that allow lap times box checked in the race setup screen, you'll see that it'll automatically publish some of the lap times here. So I know that this lap time, the 16.4, is not accurate, and that's one of those cases where LiveTime probably caught that it was either a double lap or mistriggered, but then it got synced up to MultiGP, and if you want to change that, you just click this cog button up here, and here you can see and delete the lap times individually, and then it'll automatically resort, what the lap times were. As far as getting the actual points into MultiGP, that's where it gets kind of hairy. I honestly have not been the best about syncing this back up, especially since we started running different formats. What you could do, what I would suggest if you're really concerned about it, is basically, we did open heats that day, so we don't even have set heats in here. But what you could do is add each of the pilots to a round, and then give them points based on where they finished. So we had 25 pilots that day, so I'd really need to do it twice to be able to give like 25 points to the person in first, 24 to the person in second, etc. You could also give, whatever you wanted to do. Points, they don't really matter. It's up to you, however you want to be creative and do it. I think sharing the final standings to Facebook suffices until the points actually mean something or it's used for something. It would just take too much time to go back and do, is my personal opinion. So hopefully that changes in the future. Hopefully they'll start to accept the different formats and even just have like a final standings page would be awesome. But until then, be creative and figure out what works best for you and your club. And yeah, I think that should cover everything. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment or reach out to me. And look forward to the next video.